I'm audible, guys, to you all. Okay. And let me get one confirmation from you. All can see my screen also, right, everybody? Uh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for confirming. Okay. So today we are going to start an automation session. Okay. Hope you all are aware of it. Okay. So today is the first day of our class for our automation. Okay. So before I begin the session, I just want to say everybody warm welcome all of you to this automation batch. Okay. And this is Swapna. Okay. So I'm working as a quality manager in one of an MNC company. Okay. Right. And because some already know and some are pretty much new to this batch. So to everybody I'm saying, so I have around 10 plus years of experience, right? And the testing field, and around I have 9 plus years of experience in teaching field. Okay, right. And just want to say again, once again, everybody, a warm welcome to all of you to this automation batch. Right. So this is a demo session. So let me go with some basics of automation today. Okay, right. So first of all, okay, so we are into an automation batch. So what automation batch? Software testing. So somebody please tell me, what is the meaning of this software testing? Software testing means what? Uh, you all already know this definition. Some means what is the software testing? Nobody's case. If you don't know this definition also, no need to worry about it. Okay, nothing but what here? The process of software testing means what? We test one application, we test one software, we execute one application for what? To find out the defects. Okay, what it is here? The process of executing an application, to find out the defects is called as what here? Which is called as software testing. The process of executing an application to find out the defects is called as what here? Software testing. Okay, so some might already aware of this diagram, but some are pretty much new. Let me explain you this one to you. What happens? What is software testing? What actually happens here? Let's see it. So assume that one clear cut. Let me explain you about the software system, software testing. Assume that here is a client. Okay, this is a client here. Okay, and assume that here is a developer. This is one developer. Okay, right, here is a client and here is one developer here. Right, and here we go. This is an application developed by a developer. Okay, right, what is this one? A developed application. What is this one? This is a developed application, an application developed by the developer. Okay, next here we are a testers here. Okay, here we are. Who is this person? This person is a tester here. So this is, here we go, here we are a testers, and here we go, here we are a developers. Okay, so what happened here? See guys, try to understand this diagram carefully guys. You will understand what is the software testing. Okay, so client, okay, client will provide some requirements to developer. What client will do? Client will provide some requirements. Okay, client will provide some requirements to developer. Means this is what I want, this is what I want, this sort of application I want. Like that, client will provide some requirements to developer. So whatever client or customer, client, or you can say it as customer. So whatever the client or customer will say, the same thing developer will do it here. The same thing developer will do it here. So once assume that they have done that application, but when the application is development is done, we have to give it to the client. Correct? Application development, everything is done. Whatever client has asked, everything has been done by the developer. Developer has developed everything here. So what we do here, so once development is done, we have to give it to the test client. But before giving it to the client, developer will give that application to testing for testers. Why? Because we testers has to test the application thoroughly. We have to execute it. We have to test the application thoroughly. By that execution, if we feel like, yes, the application is good enough, the application is perfect, no errors, application is working fine. If you feel like the application is working fine, then you give a sign off to a client. Means then you send that application to the client. So many new things are there for you to learn, guys. Just have a look here. Then you give a sign off to the client. Whenever you give a sign off to the client, means no issues are there in the application. But if you find some defects, some issues in the application, then what you do is immediately you are going to revert it to the developers. That is what I'm trying to say, you right, everybody? Revert it to what here? Revert it to developer, saying that what? There is a defect. If you find any defect, or if you find any error in the application, you find any defects, you find any errors in the application, then immediately give it back to the developer, saying that there are some defects in the application, whatever you have developed. If you don't find any defect, everything is working smoothly, no errors, no defects, everything is going smoothly, then please give a sign off. Then we are going to send it to the client. We are going to send it to the client. What testers will do? Simple thing is, one application is there. That application we have, that is developed by whom? Developers will develop it. So that application, being a test engineers, we have to test it. If you find any defects, if you find any errors in that application, then immediately we have to revert it. We have to send it back to the developer, saying that there are errors in your application. If there are no errors in the application, then we are going it to the client. Simple thing is, let me give you a clarity here. See, for example, this is a logo of the company. Okay, so what client requirement is that my logo should be at the top right side, and which should be in a white color. What client said? My logo should be at the top right side and it should be in a white color. This is what client requirement. Then whatever smart developers has done, right? So they have developed perfectly at the top right side, but they have not developed in a white color. They have developed in a black color, not in a white color. They have developed in a black color. Means what? What happened here? What happens here? They have not developed in a white color. They have developed in a black color. Means what happens here? Is there any defect in the application? Tell me, guys, it is a defect or not? What testers will do? So testers will see that, okay, client want the logo at the right side. Yes, logo is there at the right side and logo should be in white color. Then he comes, tester will check it. Logo is in white color? No, logo is not in white color. It is in black color. So what the client tester will do, what the test engineer will do, immediately he will give it to the developer, saying what? We have to develop it in a white color, but why you people have developed it in a black color? That is a defect. Example I'm showing you guys. Like this, you will find some defects here. That defect you will send it to the developer. Then the immediate developer, what they will do? Oh, something wrong has happened, and immediately they will, what they will do here? They will fix that defect here. Right? They will fix that defect here. Now again, one more build is ready. One more build is ready. Now again it will come as for testing. Again you find some other mistake, some other error you find. Again you will give it to the developer. No, again you did some mistake. Again they will fix it. They will give us some build. Again you find some other error, some other mistakes. Test engineer means we have to find out the mistakes only. Correct. You have to test the application. Whenever you are testing, you will find out the defects. Correct. So what happened? Again, you find some defects. Again, you have given it back to the developer. Again, developer fix it. Again, you got a new build. So this cycle goes on, continues from tester to developer, developer to tester, tester to developer, developer to tester, until and unless the application becomes a defect-free application. Means no errors or find. Everything is very smoothly going on. No more errors are found here. Then immediately what happened? Yes, this time no errors are found. We can send it to the client. Now you will send it to the client. Normally what happens, in the real time, so many iterations will happen. Yes. After so many iterations, our testers will accept it. Then only we will send it to the client. So many defects you will going on finding, so many iterations will accept, will going to get it here. So many iterations, so many defects. Okay, and once all the defects are cleared and no more defects are found anymore, everything is going smoothly, then you will send that application to the client. So this is what happens in the real time. Software testing means what here? We are testing the application, executing of an application for what? To find out the defects here. Is any defect is there? Means any error, any mistake is there, or everything is going smoothly as per the requirement. That is what we have to test it. Very simple. Simple thing is we are going to test. Executing means what here? Test the application to find out the defects is called as what here? Software testing. Okay. The process of executing an application to find out the defects is called as what here? Software testing. Once again, I repeat, the process of executing an application for what? To find out what here? A defects is nothing but what here? Our testing, what we do in our testing. Okay, right. Now, coming to the second point, how many types of testings we do? Yes, I'm going on saying that type of testing, software testing, software testing. So here we have two types of software testing case. What are those two types? One is manual testing. Okay, one is manual testing. The other one is automation testing. Lot more important points for you, for me to say, you guys. Just hold on. Very interesting and important points I'll tell you in this demo. Very interesting points, guys. Just concentrate on the screen, everybody. Okay. So what is that? Two types of testing are there. Normally, we know that the process what we do is manual testing and automation testing. Two types of testings are there. So what is this manual testing? Testing any application only with manual efforts, means only with human interactions, right? Testing any application only with, okay, testing any application only with human interactions is called as what your manual testing. And testing any application, okay, any application, okay, only with, not only with the help of any tools is called as what here? With the help of any tools is called as what here? Which is called as automation testing. Very simple, guys. See, I am a test engineer. Okay, I am a test engineer. I am standing here. Okay, I am a test engineer. I am standing here. Let me tell you these two definitions clearly with the diagram. Guys, hold on. I am a test engineer. I am standing here. Okay, this is what a test engineer. Okay, I'm standing here, and this is nothing but what here? Application developed. Okay, see, if I test this application only with my efforts, only with human efforts, if I test this application only with human efforts, with my efforts, then that is called as what here? Manual testing. If, let me give you examples also on this, don't worry. If I test any application with the help of any set of tools, any sort of tools, which are called as what here? right? With the help of any sort of tools like what is Selenium, right? Or QTP or UFT, which is standing UTP, UFT. Previously it was QTP, now it has been turned into UFT, right? Selenium, UFT, like some performance testing tools like Load Runner, like we have some tools in the market. Okay, if we use those tools and test the application, that is called as what is automation testing. And we are not using any sort of tools, just we are testing it manually with your interactions, with human interactions. That testing is called as what your manual testing. Okay, simple thing is, let me give you one clear example. See, I want to go to temple. Okay, so if I go to temple by walk, right? I'm going to temple. If I go to temple by walk, that means what here? I'm going to temple with my efforts only, with human efforts only. That is what manually I'm going. If I go to temple by walk, that means with human interactions I'm going out. But at the same time, if I go to temple by using any bike or by using any car or by hiring any vehicle, something like that, I use some vehicle, bike or car or something else, I'm using it here. That means what here? I'm using one tool there. I'm using one tool to go to temple, right? If I go by walk, I'm going it manually. If I use a car or bike, that means I'm using one tool there, which is for automating it. Reason may be anything, means I want to go fast to the temple, right? I go by a bike or a car. The temple may be too far, I go by a bike or a car. Reason may be anything. I may go fast, or I want to go, it is too far. Reason may be anything. But if I go to temple by using any sort of vehicles, like by car or a bike or something like that, I used one tool there. That is called as I'm automating. If I go by walk, I'm doing it manually. I'm not using any sort of tools. Those are completely human efforts that we are using, right? So if we don't use any sort of tools, only we test one application completely with human interactions, which is called as what here manual testing. But if we test any application with the help of any sort of tools, which is called as what here automation testing. Got it, guys, everybody? Which is called as what here automation testing. Everybody clear? So this is the difference between the manual testing and automation testing. Then one more important interesting point that I'm going to tell you here, the very frequently asked question in the interview and very important point, right? Why do people go for automation testing though we have a manual testers here, right? Why do companies prefer automation testing though we have a manual testing? That type of question will come in an interview, guys. Important question in the interview. Why do people or why do company prefer an automation testing though we have a manual testing? That is an interview question. Why we go for automation testing though we have a manual testing? So for that, how you have to answer, let me tell you. So first of all, what you have to do, why people are showing interest in automation, why companies are showing interest in automation. Can you please explain me? Such questions will come from a technical people. Why companies preferring an automation, why people are going for automation? Can you please explain me? Then how you will answer this? The way you have to answer, see, let me tell you. The way you have to answer, okay, first let me tell you the disadvantages of automation testing. So first what you have to do, yes, yes, for your question, I'm going to give you the answer. Like what? First of all, let me tell you the disadvantages of manual testing. Okay, first, what might be the disadvantages of manual testing? First, say the disadvantages of manual testing, then say the advantages of automation testing. Then your answer will be perfect. Nobody will question you anymore. And obviously, your interviewer will be impressed you with your answer. I know because I'm a part of interview panel member. Being a part of interview panel member, I know what type of questions people will answer means what the way the people will answer and how we will get impressed with the answers. Okay, the way we have to answer is that first say the disadvantages of manual testing. Like what? Manual testing will take more time is required. Correct? Manually, see, if I go to temple by walk, for example, it has been taken half an hour for me to go. But if I use a bike, within 10 minutes, I can go, right? Correct. Within 10 minutes or 5 minutes, I'll reach there to the temple. Correct. That is the reason for manual testing, more time is required and more resources are required. You know what? Why company prefers automation people who are having an automation in their hands? You know what? 3 to 4 manual testers work can be done by one automation tester's work. That is the reason why company prefer automation test people only. 3 to 4 manual testers work can be done by one automation test engineer work. 3 to 4 person work is covered by one person here, right? That means lot of their salaries are covered right here, right? Lot of that means what happens here? At least 2 manual testers salary may be given to one automation tester, means almost double salary to them, and 2 persons are getting cut here. Correct? That means what happening? Resources become less. One person can do 3 to 4 manual testers work, means lot of resources are required for manual testing. And if you want to do any repetitions all the time, repetitions are not possible manually to do it. Repetitions, if you want to test something, right, repeatedly you want to test something, today you have tested something, tomorrow you want to test something, a very huge application you want to test repeatedly, that is highly impossible with manual. I have told you, right, end-to-end testing and regression testings are impossible for you to do in manual testing. That is, here comes the same point here. Repetitions, regressions, end-to-ends are impossible with manual. People will go for automation testing only. That is what every company is preferring for automation testers. Next one, human errors. See, if you do manually, chances of getting a human errors is more or not? Obviously, it will be more. Human errors. For example, see case 10 plus 10, how much? 20. Sorry, 20. Right? This is easy. Then 10 into 2, how much? That is 20. This is easy. Then after that, something like that. Let me tell you some toughest equation. Something like 30 into 45 by 56 plus 100. Somebody please go on mute again. If such type of equations are there, okay, if such type of equations are there here, so if you write one formula, something like that in your automation, every time it will execute perfectly and it will give a correct answer. But manually, every time you want to check this equation, every time do you do it correctly? Yes. Such complicated thing in mathematics, every time you do it correctly? Obviously no, right? One or the other day you will do wrong. But in automation, it will not happen. You're not going to do it. System will do it. Computer, man can make a mistake, but computer cannot. There is a saying, right? Correct. You have written a program there. Exactly that program, it will get executed here. There are no changes in that, right? But manually, there is a chances of getting a human errors more. So first of all, say these points. If somebody asks you why companies preferring automation testing compared to manual testers and manual testing. Why? Because this is the reason. Disadvantages of manual testing. So these are the disadvantages. Disadvantages of manual testing. So these are the disadvantages of manual testing. More time is required, more resources are required, repetition is not possible, and human chances of getting a human errors. Correct? So first you say these 4 points. Then don't end your answer like this case. This is not a full answer. Half a part of your answer is complete. So these are the disadvantages of manual testing. So that is okay. Then the technical round people will say, okay, Then they will ask. Then you have to say, then I'm going to add now the advantages of automation testing also. See how accurately you are giving the answer. This shows your efficiency, guys. I'll no worries, guys. You just do join my batch. That's all. I'll pull you how to answer, how to do everything. Okay. So advantages of what here? Automation testing. Disadvantages of manual testing and advantages of what here? Automation testing. First of all, obviously speed, very speed means what here? A less time, right? More time will not be taken place here, less time. Manually, if you are executing something, it takes more time, but automation, it will take very, 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 very less time here. And less resources. I told you right already. Why less resources? 3 to 4 persons manual testers work can be done by one automation tester. So obviously less resources. Then no chances of getting a human error. So repetition is also possible here. Let me write every point. Repetition is possible here. Why? Because are you putting any effort there? No, right? Everything is already done. Just execute it. See, you have written some script and kept it aside. Every time are you doing it manually? Just go to that, open Eclipse, run. Open Jenkins, run. Open Eclipse, run. That's all. You're running the program here. You're running it. You're not doing it manually. Why you feel effort? Repetitions are highly possible here. Every time. If they ask twice in a day, you can do it. You are putting any effort, just executing there. That's all right. Execution will take it. And obviously, quality will be good. Obviously, we get a very good quality here. Quality of an application will be very good here because there are no chances of human errors, right? So obviously what is happening? Quality will be very, 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 very good here. Okay. So this is what you have to answer when somebody questions you something. Disadvantages of manual testing and advantages of automation testing. Got it here? What it is? Disadvantages of manual testing and advantages of automation testing. So these points you have to mention if somebody asks you what's the why people will go for automation testing and why we are learning automation testing also, because you all are automation batch people. Why we are learning automation testing also, you should have one idea, right? So this is why we go for automation testing. But one thing I can say is everything will have some advantages and disadvantages here. In the same way, automation is also having some disadvantages. Let me add those points here. Okay. But I'll say remedies to that disadvantages also. Just hold on. Automation is also having disadvantages here. So what are they? First of all, automation means what? What we are doing. Automation means what we are doing here. Uh, we are using one tool here. Am I correct? Are we using one tool or not? Correct. From where we get a tool? We have to buy that tool. Correct. Automation means we are using one tool. Manually, we are not doing it. From where we get a tool? We have to buy that tool. Okay. Right. Right. So we have to buy that tool. So most of them what they will do. So as we have to buy a tool, so automation process will become expensive because we have to buy a tool. But because we need a license to use that tool. But you know what? You know what? Our Selenium is an absolutely open source. Selenium is absolutely an open source. No cost for this Selenium. Nothing is required for this Selenium. It is absolutely an open source. No license cost, nothing. You all can see. If you want, you can buy the tool, right? If not buy, I'm sorry, it is an absolutely open source tool, guys. Everybody, you can install in your homes. You can, right? Everybody can install in your homes. You can install in your systems wherever you want. You can work in this Selenium. This is not costing anything. It is not going to cost anything. Something like if QTP or UFT is there, there's something like for that tool, we have to use, we have to pay some license cost like that. Why people are preferring automation? These are the advantages and these are the disadvantages of manual. And why people are preferring Selenium in the market? Most of the company are preferring Selenium in companies. And most of the organization are preparing Selenium here. And why? Because there is not at all a license cost is required for Selenium. It's an open source tool to everybody. No license cost, not at all expensive. Most of them, what they will do, think here, we are using some tool means some expensive it will be there, we have to buy a tool, we have to pay a license cost for that. But for our Selenium, not at all required for that. This is the only reason why organization is preferring more to use the Selenium. After the Selenium only, automation has coming to come as more preference into means automation has come as more priority here, because we have an open source tool, we're not paying anything, and which is making our work faster. Who will not show the interest? Everybody will show interest of using this one, right? Correct. Who will not show an interest here? Everybody will show an interest. That Selenium nothing but what here? Open source tool. Open source tool here. So that is what everybody will think, that this is an open source tool. So we can do it. And some technical knowledge is required, guys. Little technical knowledge, not more, right? So little technical knowledge is required. So what sort of knowledge of Java is required, everything and all that core Java training, everything will be taken care. Little technical knowledge, not much more, because what happens, in Selenium, everything will be inbuilt. You don't need to put much effort on it. Everything will be inbuilt here. Just you have to import those inbuilt classes. That's all. So how to go with that process and all, going forward will update you. So this small, that importing option only is required for you. How to go with this inbuilt classes. Only that technical knowledge is enough. That we will guide you in all these things. You don't need to do anything here. So it's an open source, no cost. Everything will be inbuilt, guys, in our Selenium. Just you have to import them. For that, small technical knowledge is required, right? And that also we are overcome it, because as everything is inbuilt, that technical knowledge also we are overcoming it, right? So everything is hard coded or everything is inbuilt here. So very much, right? We have overcome lot of disadvantages here. So that is why most of the organization will prefer to use Selenium, and most of the people will prefer to use automation. Got it? Then you might have got one doubt. Then what we are going to do in manual? We do manual also, like one small things I told you, right? Spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes, those small things like spelling mistake, grammatical mistakes and all, that chances are that if you don't identify here, we will identify there. That's all. One or two ways. That's all. Only for that cases, manual can be used. But other than that, complete part, every organization is preferring, every organization wants the people who are having automation. You believe it or not, you can contact anybody, you can ask anybody how automation is playing an important role nowadays. Okay, so this is what about the disadvantages of automation. Next, let us go with why Selenium is rocking now in the market. Why it is rocking now in the market. Okay, why Selenium, why people, or why Selenium is in market. So I told already some points like open source and all. Apart from that, we have so many advantages are there why it is rocking now. Only one advantage I told you, which is mind blowing. Other than that, some mind blowing advantages of there in using the Selenium. Okay, many advantages, guys. Only one point I told you here, one or two points I mentioned here. Many advantage, and after listening that, you will be in the shock mode. Hey, is that these many advantages are there? You know what? No other tool is there in the market with these many advantages. I can challenge you for that. Okay. So before going to see this why Selenium is in the market, I would like to add some points to you guys. You all are aware of it. So today we have started an automation batch, everybody. So daily the timings will be from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Okay, 7:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. the batch will be. Okay, so around Monday to Saturday. Okay, and daily you will be getting the recorded sessions and notes as well. Recordings and notes here. And here I'm going to teach you a live project, not like manual case. How manual started, theory part first, then live project next. Automation we can't teach you like that. Automation starting from the beginning days only we are going to deal with the live project, not like manual, because manual is something where we have to learn what is happening, what is that, this is not. So theory next, I'll go with live project. Automation will not happen like that. Directly we will start with live project only. Okay, live project. Okay, live project. And here I'm going to teach you that live project with automation, agile methodology process. Okay, and here I'm going to teach you a very advanced concepts like what here, like BDD framework, which is rocking now in the market. Not sure how many of you are aware of it. Okay, BDD framework. I'm going to teach you POM framework. Page factory POM frameworks will be there, right? You can talk to them. Means page object model, test ng concepts, modular framework, hybrid framework, test ng concept, Maven, GitHub, Jenkins, which is rocking like anything. Jenkins, GitHub, Maven, working with Excel sheets, in working with multiple set of data with Excel sheet, that is Apache Py, Log4j concept, repositories, very advanced concepts case. Starting from basics to very advanced level, very high level, we are going to teach it here. And you know what? Once the batch is completed, you're going to gain around 3 plus to 5 plus years of experience that you're going to gain around, that you can add it to your resume. And here I'll conduct mock interviews for you. Interview guidance will be there. We are going to conduct mock interview. Resume guidance will be there. Resumes case, you don't need to worry how to prepare the resumes, how we have to add an experience, everything they're going to guide you. Okay, resume guidance will be there. Job assistance will be there. Here are some job assistance will be there. Recordings, notes, whatnot case, means lot of PDFs or there, important interview questions PDFs or there. I'm going to send that PDFs along with answers to you. Important interview questions, right? And the most important to learn, we are going to learn Selenium with Java. You know what? Why Selenium with Java means you already know Java is an evergreen programming knowledge. Correct? Evergreen it. Whatever the languages come and go, but Java will be evergreen for everybody. And for you to learn to this Selenium, what sort of Java is required, that core Java that I'm only going to teach you. You don't need to worry about this. I'm going to teach you. No other will teach you all these things. I'm going to handle all these things. Core Java, that we are going to teach you what is required. Along with this one, some API testing calls are also nowadays has becoming important for the servers and software links. That also I'm going to teach you guys. But for these two, we are not costing anything. These two are absolutely free. Only you are paying for this Selenium guys. Those who are having zero knowledge also, because I'm going to teach you starting from ABCDs, I'm going to teach you this core Java. Those who are having a zero knowledge also can able to join here. Okay, core Java with API testing. We are not charging for this case, absolutely free. But don't think that we don't want to pay this one, but we want to join this core Java free classes. That is not allowed case. Once you done the payment, these two will provide you free. Then how do I teach this one? Everything I'll show you. A plan process is there, guys. Everything will be a plan process will be there. That I'm going to explain you clearly one after the other. Okay, so this is what how we teach, starting from 1 2 3, starting from the basics to high and high levels. I'm going to teach you everything. Okay, but the duration will be 6 to 7. And one thing I would like to say is Monday to Friday I'm going to take you the classes, and Saturday what happens, you know, one other person will come. I will be there in the class, you no need to worry. Saturday one other person will come who will guide you on real time experience every Saturday. real-time experience, real-time examples, real-time practice will be there on every Saturday. Real-time experience, real-time practice will be there on every Saturday, 7:30 to 8:30. And what the duration will be taken care for 6 to 7 weeks of duration here. Okay, so Monday to Friday, I'm going to teach you the sessions, examples and all everything. And Saturday, whatever I taught you on that, I'm going to teach you with the real-time basis process only. And he will show you practically how it happens, real-time experience, real-time project experiences, real-time examples, real-time assignments. He will assign you to you people. Okay, right. So this is what happens every Saturday. This will continue, guys. Real-time experience will come here. Okay, and and one thing is, just let me be straightforward to you all people. Don't think that as we got a link, okay, we will join to this link and we are not going to pay the money. Not like that, guys. After a couple of days, means after 2 to 3 days, what happened, the link will change. The link will be shared. The new link will come for automation batch case. The new link will be shared only to them who had done the payment. Who had not done the payment, the link will not be shared to you people. Means some people will be in that agenda, right? Okay, already we got a link, anyhow we will join daily with the same timings. Okay, right. So please don't be with that agenda, because after a couple of days what happened, because these are demo sessions and all, it will be given to everybody. After a couple of days what happened, these links will not be there, and new links will come into picture. Okay, new links will come into picture, right? So that link will be shared only to them who has done the payment. So let me be straightforward, guys, so that let me talk to you. Okay, at all, right, your duration will be 6 to 7 weeks of duration, and 1 or 2 here or there will be there. Okay, based on the things. And sometimes, one-on-one mock interviews also I'm going to conduct, case. Not like manual case. Automation is something completely different, where I'm going to teach you one-on-one to you people. You can share your screen to me. You can explain all your doubts. If you have any doubts, you can share your screen. If you're facing any problem, share your screen to me. I'm going to clear here from. I'm going to clear from here. Okay, everything I'm going to guide you guys. Your installation process, you're facing any problem, anything, guys. You can share your screen to me. I'm going to help you out in that from here. Okay, not like absolutely, guys, because one-on-one should be, because for me, I'll tell you every time, automation is something, one-on-one interaction should be more. Like how? Okay, guys, once again I'm saying you, this is the best time for you to learn the automation. Multiple times I'm saying you guys, best time to learn the automation. Okay, so go ahead. Okay, and for everybody, you want to talk anything for payments details and all, to talk to the organizers. Already organizers have shared their numbers and links to you people. Okay, right, yes. And tomorrow I'm going to teach you the very important topic. Okay, a very important topic, why Selenium is rocking now in the market. Okay, why, what is happening, how many advantages are there by using the Selenium. That everything I'm going to teach you. Don't miss the session. And history of Selenium also, we learn the history of testing, right? History of Selenium also, how Selenium has come into picture, like that. See, Lata and Lasya are already sharing, Geeta or somebody else are already sharing their number to you. Please do contact to those numbers for further queries, everybody. Anu, please check the number that she has shared the number. Talk to that number for further details.